Today's topic is about the real reason you should listen to Buddhist teachings. Many people share stories about how Buddhism has made their lives easier, whether it's improved relationships, reduced conflict, or brought a sense of relief in daily struggles. While these are wonderful outcomes, they are merely byproducts of understanding Buddhism. The true purpose of listening to Buddhist teachings goes far deeper than these benefits. Today, I want to explore the fundamental reasons why the Buddha emphasized the need to hear and reflect on his teachings. We'll structure today's discussion into three key points. The lesson of the skeleton, the impermanence of life, the greatest human challenge. Let's dive in. The lesson of the skeleton. Imagine a lone traveler walking through a desolate wilderness during the twilight of an autumn evening. The area is eerily quiet, with no other humans in sight, only the sound of the wind rustling through the grass. As the traveler hurries home, carrying goods and earnings from the day, they begin noticing strange white objects scattered along the path. Curiosity overtakes them, and they stop to pick up one of these objects. What they hold in their hand shocks them. It's a human bone. Suddenly, the realization dawns upon them. This path is a graveyard. These are the remains of others who traversed the same road and met their end. Before they can fully process the sight, the traveler notices a shadowy figure approaching rapidly. As it draws closer, they recognize it as a ferocious tiger, ready to pounce. Panic sets in. The traveler drops everything they're carrying and runs for their life, abandoning their hard-earned possessions. This parable shared by the Buddha captures the essence of human existence. Life is like the journey of that traveler, filled with uncertainty and constant danger. The tiger represents death, ever-present, unpredictable, and inevitable. Just as the traveler abandoned their belongings in the face of danger, we too will one day leave behind all material possessions, relationships, and achievements. The lesson here is clear. Clinging to these worldly things cannot save us from the tiger of death. The impermanence of life. The Buddha often compared life to a candle flame. It flickers in the wind, constantly on the verge of being extinguished. Our existence, though precious, is fragile and fleeting. We may think of death as something distant, something that happens to others. However, death is always near, like a shadow we cannot outrun. Whether through illness, accidents, or unforeseen events, life can end in an instant. Consider this. Have you ever been startled by the sudden death of someone close to you? Perhaps it was a friend, family member, or colleague. One moment they were vibrant and full of life. The next they were gone. These experiences serve as stark reminders of our own mortality. The Buddha taught that this impermanence, what he called anicca, is a fundamental truth of life. It's not meant to induce fear, but to inspire us to live meaningfully, knowing that every moment is precious. The greatest human challenge. Why did the Buddha urge us to confront the reality of impermanence and death? Because it leads us to the most critical question of all: what happens after we die? This is known in Buddhism as the greatest challenge of human existence. It's not just about facing death, but understanding what lies beyond it. The Buddhist teachings offer a path to address this profound question and find liberation from the cycle of birth and death. When we grasp this truth, our priorities shift. We no longer chase fleeting pleasures or accumulate possessions that we cannot take with us. Instead, we focus on spiritual growth and seek answers to life's deeper questions. The Buddha compared our worldly pursuits to gathering leaves in a forest. You can collect an infinite number of leaves, but they will never bring you lasting happiness. True peace comes from realizing the impermanence of all things and letting go of attachment. The path to eternal peace. The Buddha's teachings guide us toward a state of ultimate liberation, what he called nirvana. It's a state free from suffering, attachment, and the cycle of rebirth. Achieving this requires us to confront uncomfortable truths about life and death and dedicate ourselves to spiritual practice. Nirvana is not just an abstract concept. It's a way of living with profound peace and freedom in the present moment. By letting go of our fears and attachments, we can experience true joy and contentment, regardless of external circumstances. Conclusion. So, why should you listen to Buddhist teachings? Because they offer more than temporary relief from life's struggles. They provide the tools to face the greatest challenges of existence, including the reality of impermanence and death. By understanding these teachings, we can live with clarity, purpose, and peace, knowing that we are walking a path toward eternal freedom. If you found today's discussion meaningful, consider exploring more of the Buddha's wisdom. And if you'd like to join me on this journey, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Thank you for watching. May you find peace and happiness on your path.